Napoleon, on the road to Vienna, had been kept fully informed of the worsening situation. Already on 10 April, he had dictated an ultimatum to the dog to be delivered in person by his aide de camp, General Andoche Junot. Junot arrived in Venice on the evening of Good Friday, the 14th, and demanded an audience with the dog early the following morning. The reply was polite but firm. Holy Saturday was a day traditionally set aside for religious observances, and neither then nor on Easter Sunday itself could any government business be transacted. The dog and his full collegio would, however, be happy to receive the general early on Monday morning. Roughly comparable to a modern cabinet, it was composed, the collegio, of 13 members, including the Doge himself. It functioned as the executive arm of the government. The chairman, a post which rotated weekly, was thus effectively prime minister of the republic. Junot was not interested in religious observances and said so. His orders were to see the Doge within 24 hours, and he intended to obey them. If he were not accorded an audience within that time, he would leave, and Venice would have to take the consequences. They would not, he suggested, be pleasant. Thus, when the Collegio reluctantly received him early on the Saturday morning, its dignity was already bruised. Ignoring the seat to which he was shown on the Doge's right hand, the general remained standing. Then, without preliminary, he pulled Bonaparte's letter from his pocket and began to read. Judenberg, 20 Germinal, year 5. All the mainland of the most serene republic is in arms. On every side, the rallying cry of the peasants whom you have armed is death to the French. They have already claimed as their victims several hundred soldiers of the army of Italy. In vain do you try to shuffle off responsibility for the militias that you have brought into being. Do you think that just because I am in the heart of Germany, I am powerless to ensure respect for the foremost people of the universe? Do you expect the legions of Italy to tolerate the massacres that you have stirred up? The blood of my brothers in arms shall be avenged, and there is not one French battalion that, if charged with such a duty, would not feel the doubling of its courage, the trembling of its powers. The Venetian Senate has answered the generosity we have always shown with the blackest perfidy. Is it to be war or peace? If you do not take immediate measures to disperse these militias, if you do not arrest and deliver up to me those responsible for the recent murders, war is declared. The Turk is not at your gates. No enemy threatens you. You have deliberately fabricated pretexts in order to pretend to justify a rally of the people against my army. It shall be dissolved within 24 hours. We are no longer in the reign of Charles the Eighth. If, against the clearly stated wishes of the French government, you impel me to wage war, do not think that the French soldiers will follow the example of your own militias, ravaging the countryside of the innocent and unfortunate inhabitants of the terra firma. I shall protect those people, and the day will come when they shall bless the crimes that obliged the army of France to deliver them from your tyranny. Bonaparte. In the shocked silence that followed, Junot flung the letter on the table in front of him, turned on his heel, and strode from the room.